Hey Pisces, welcome to your weekly forecast for April 15th through the 21st. We're coming into Holy Week. We're coming into the full moon. We're coming into Easter. Considering the holiday ahead, we have a special guest appearance this week, the love of my life, my main man. We're going to connect here and see what is going on with our Pisces friends for the week ahead. So here is your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, my dears. All right. I'm using a different deck this week. It's got really cool, like, Crusade era type art. And I thought it would be fun to use considering, like I said, the holiday coming up, the Easter holiday. If I could get this tripod in like a nice little way. Alright, there we go. So, yeah, this is like a cool little, like, Crusade era, like, church arty deck. So, as always, I will have info in there if you want to check it out. So, your Monday, Tuesday, in there, meaning the description of the video. Your Monday, Tuesday is the Death card. This is Major Arcana. So, this is a really massive change or shift coming in beginning of the week. It's actually quite fitting as we're coming into the Easter holiday and we've got that full moon. You know, the Death card is really about transformation and transition. It's about the old way of doing things ending, coming into a new era. All right. So a lot of you are making it may even be long overdue for some of you. A very long overdue permanent change coming into a new cycle. Something is ending. Some of you, I'm hearing the end of fear-based decision making. Some of you really have held on to certain situations or certain things that really were very toxic for you, but you held on to them because there was this fear of, well, maybe nothing better will come, or maybe this is going to be a good thing eventually if I wait long enough, or maybe this person will feel bad for the way they're treating me, maybe they'll come around, and you just were afraid to make changes, or you were afraid to pursue situations that honored you. And you just hoped that people would come around or see that you were a good person or a nice person. And you maybe put up with abuse for a long time as a result. Or mistreatment or unfairness for a long time as a result. And so a lot of you are ending the cycle in the beginning of the week through some decisions. Or maybe some of you are already taking steps in that direction. But definitely there's a rebirth. There's a transformation. There's coming into a new energy. Okay, that which no longer serves you, you are leaving it behind. I've said this before in previous videos, Pisces, you all are kind of a moon sensitive sign. Moon sensitive are people who really feel the full moon energy, the new moon energy. You guys are very connected with the energies of the moon. So typically people will feel the moon energy like 3 days before and 3 days after, the strongest. But some people will pick it up very early on. And with the last full moon in Libra, that energy was insane. It was off the charts. And so some people were feeling it like a week and a half before. And this full moon, my understanding is that this full moon is also in Libra, if I'm not mistaken. So it might be an intense energy where some of you are feeling it. Some of you are really picking it up in the beginning of the week because, again, I'm not an astrology expert by any means, but my understanding is that because the full moon is opposite the sun, it's also bringing in a lot of energy regarding polarities in your life. That's a fancy way of saying opposites. And that's a very fancy way of saying that you're going to start realizing and seeing how certain parts of your life are affecting other parts of your life. So it's going to become very clear to you what has been toxic or what has been holding you back. And so you're coming into this energy where you're ready to release. So some of you are picking up on the energy early on, even though maybe the full moon is later in the week. Some of you are feeling very sensitive to that energy in the beginning of the week, and you're making some decisions to move forward and to just get rid of some old baggage that is no longer serving you. Okay, coming into midweek, your Wednesday, Thursday is Knight of Cups. So, I'm not focusing too much on love in this reading. I do have love readings separate. If you want to check those out, there's a link in the description to the video. If you want to watch more detailed love info after this video, you can definitely do that. You can definitely check that out. But remember how I was saying that this full moon was going to be about polarities, and some of you were realizing how certain aspects of your life were negatively affecting other aspects of your life. Some of you are seeing what the obstacles have been in your relationship. Some of you are realizing in your relationships, whether it's your friendships and social lives or your romantic life, you're realizing and seeing what hasn't been working. So for a lot of you, that death card moment is going to have to do with also getting rid of the distractions or the obstacles that have been robbing you of your joy in your personal connections specifically. So as it's coming into midweek, a lot of you are focusing on your interpersonal relationships, your connections, your love life. Some of you may have somebody, you know, coming up to you and presenting an offer of love or interest, or some of you are bringing a renewed sense of love into a relationship. Some of you are manifesting this really massive shift in a new way of living your life, where you're deciding that from now on you're only going to do things that bring you joy. You're only going to do things that are connecting with your passion. Some of you are making a really big career change or a career leap, going from something very structured to something more creative, maybe even artistic for some of you, or just something that is a little like freer with the structure. I just feel I'm getting a sense or a feeling of like chains like being broken, or like handcuffs coming off, or like, you know, breaking out of chains. So a lot of you are pursuing this energy of joy, of fulfillment, of doing things that are happy for you. Some of you are in very, very flirty energy. Some of you are feeling that burst and that gust of that springtime energy, that playfulness. Some of you are attending, those of you who observe this time as a religious time of year or as a holiday, some of you are preparing to attend, or you're attending religious events or something, and so somebody may be coming in to your life as a result. You may be meeting a very significant soulmate or a partner through like some religious service or some get together for the holiday, or something that you all may be doing in terms of preparing an event or a party or something, or a volunteer service, but something about people coming together. Some of you may be meeting a new person that's going to be very significant in your love life. Other ones of you, you're just getting really connected in what really matters, which was very similar for Libra and Libra's reading for the week. Maybe some of you are interacting with a Libra, or maybe some of you have Libra in your moon or in your rising somewhere, because they had a very similar energy of wanting to return to really what mattered. You are a water sign, Pisces, so Knight of Cups could also just be you really fully embracing that Pisces energy, that dreamy, you know, magical Pisces energy, that creative energy, and just really feeling like you can be yourself. I think maybe for some of you, for a really long time, you haven't felt like yourself, and you've been really stressed, or you've been really unhappy, or you've been trying to filter yourself or edit yourself. You've been trying to be someone that you're not, and you've been trying to be who you think you're supposed to be. And a lot of you are having this awakening, and you're realizing, you know what? There's nothing wrong with who I am. I've just been trying to fit myself into the wrong situations and into the wrong places. So now you're coming into manifesting this better energy, this more positive energy, and you're just coming into embracing your gifts, your talents, who you are, and finding ways to make all of that work for you instead of working against your true nature. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, my dears, is 8 of Coins. So you are getting busy. You are getting busy towards the end of the week. So some of you are coming up with a plan and making things happen and perfecting your plans, okay? So some of you have some goals that you've been working towards, and now the end of the week, you're coming down to that last little wire, you know, coming down to the wire, and you know, doing the work that needs to be done to make things happen. For some of you, you could be learning a new job set or a new job skill. You may be taking on some kind of training or certification or beginning looking into it. Some of you may be thinking or preparing to go back to school. Some of you are getting bit by like the spiritual bug, and you're really getting hungry to search and to study for knowledge. And some of you specifically are looking into spiritual connection, and so you're really studying maybe the religion of your childhood, other religions. You may be studying metaphysics, but you're really searching for answers, for truth, for connection. I'm hearing meditation. I don't know why, but I feel some of you have like this really strong interest in meditation. Or holistic approaches towards anxiety, whether you're looking for them to help yourself, or whether you're thinking about, hey, what if I became like a holistic coach, or what if I like cured my anxiety and helped other people with theirs. I don't know why I just heard like holistic and anxiety. I heard coach. So maybe for some of you that's something you've been thinking or considering, but some of you are creating some path where you're beginning to, like I said, make a really big significant change. And so there might be some studying or preparing that's coming in with that. Okay, into making that happen. Some of you are beginning to see ways in which your dreams can become realities, and you're beginning to see the steps that you're being guided to take to make it happen. So a lot of you are preparing and making this happen. Some of you are feeling very drawn to somebody older than you in your life. Maybe somebody from your childhood, or somebody that, you know, you resonate to in some way, and you're kind of looking at them to mentor you through these changes, through these shifts that you're making. So maybe for some of you, there's somebody that really inspires you, or you're kind of looking to them for guidance. For some of you, it could be like your mother or father or an older sibling. It could be, like I said, some of you, those of you who are getting really into religion, you may be reaching out and like connecting like to an old minister or a youth pastor or something, or just someone that you really happen to admire or look up to, and you may be picking their brain as you're preparing to make these transitions. So some of you, even though I know 8 of coins is not typically like a mentorship card, just as I'm looking at this card intuitively and looking at the images, that's what's jumping out at me. So I do feel some of you, there's some kind of mentorship that you're kind of creating, or that you're seeking out as you're preparing this shift and this transformation that you're going to be going through. Okay, definitely check out your moon, sun, and rising sign videos as well, because some weeks those are going to resonate for you more than others. And some weeks it may also just bring in a little bit of extra information. As always, my dears, the personal readings are available. And people have been asking about a special or a sale. It's gonna be a while before I do another special again, because the calendar filled up so fast, and I'm just now kind of getting caught up, and it can be very tiring. And so I will do another one again, but it's gonna be a while, because I do need a little bit of a break. But those of you who like can't wait, and you're like, I really need a reading, and I wish you would have a sale, I do have affordable readings. Like my 15-minute audio readings are like $20. That's not bad. That's a pretty decent thing. And for those of you who, I understand there's people who don't have $20, I get it. I will keep making the free videos. I will keep doing the card of the day. I will keep putting that stuff out there. But yeah, and people have also been asking me about the price list. If you go to the Calendly link and you click on the different reading options, just click on the option. It'll open up, it'll show you the prices, right? You're not going to book something and get billed and not know what you got billed for. It doesn't work that way. You just click on it, it opens up, it'll show you the pricing, and then you can decide if you want to book or not. So don't worry about that. Just don't be afraid to click, because once you click, you'll access more information about that reading option. And guys, I'm going to be doing in a couple of days, if you hit subscribe and notification, you'll see the videos when they come up if you haven't already. I did a poll and you guys voted, and so you decided that for the mid-month love reading, instead of a mid-month update, you would like a cross-watching edition. So in a few days, I'm going to do my first ever like cross-watching style videos on this challenge. And it's a challenge. on this channel. I'm tired. I'm gonna do my first ever cross-watching video series on this channel. So, and I will focus on both romantic as well as not romantic, but it'll just be a cross-watching thing for those of you who are having interactions with different signs or whatever it may be. Okay, my dears, thank you so very much for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and I will see you all in the dailies.